Yeah, don't know that song. Okay, so it's on. Today we're going to be working with Reese's hair. Reese likes to wear his hair nice and messy. The problem is his hair is actually really beautiful and soft, but he wants to get a little bit more texture in there. So today I'm going to be working with some of Davroe's amazing texture products. I'm going to be using Tame Detangler, which isn't a texture product, but it's also going to soften what we put in his hair so it doesn't become too dry and too gritty. So I'm going to start off by putting a little bit of Murray River Salt Spray in Reese's hair. We're going to rough dry it in, and I'll be mixing that with a little bit of the Tame Detangler. After that, I'll probably finish with a bit of Cloud, but I might put a little bit of fibre cream in around his roots to also give it a kind of soft hold. Cool, let's begin. You're going to cut all of this, right? So I'm going to be starting off with some Murray River Salt Spray. I've started with Reese's hair dry. Using Murray River Salt Spray in his hair when it's dry gives it a stronger feel. If you're using it while it's a little bit wet or towel dried, it dilutes it a little bit, which is still fine, but I really want to get some grit in there. So I'm starting with it dry. Give it a little shake, a bit of a spray. And I'm being quite liberal with it, like in at the roots, on the ends, because we do want it to be quite messy. Don't we, Reese? Yeah. Don't speak. It's about me, not you. You can smell the kangaroo apple in there. Kangaroo? Yes. Kakadu? No, it's not kakadu. So kakadu plum has the vitamin C, but the kangaroo apple, which is contained one of the main ingredients in the Murray River Salt Spray, it gives it off this nice kind of little fresh smell. So I really like that. It's not too salty like some of the other salt sprays out there on the market, which kind of make me sneeze a little bit. I'm scrunching that in. Now, I don't want to go too hectic. I still want to be able to put my fingers through his hair. And I'm going to go through and then spray in a little bit of Tame Detangler to soften it a teensy bit. And before I dry it all off, I am going to put in a little bit of fibre cream on the roots. So it gives a little bit of lift, but not too much. The thing I love about working with Davroe is a lot of these products are interchangeable, so they're not meant for just one sex, it's for every kind of hair type. Now I'm going to go through and dry this in. Really rough. I'm drying it all forward, but I still want to get some lift at the root, so I will go in a little bit and dry it underneath. Now at this point, I'm going to take my nozzle off and pull out my diffuser, because I've got his hair to about 90% dry around the top, but around the front I've left it a little bit damp still with the product, because I want to keep a natural wave, keep it a little bit more beachy as opposed to fully dry. So I'm going to go back through and just spray a little bit more of the Murray River Salt Spray in there. What tends to happen with hair is around your hairline, it's where people get hot the most, where people sweat, and that kind of drops out a little bit. So I think it's important to have a bit of product concentration around there. Now I'm going to go through and finish with my diffuser. Still making sure that all the pieces are pinched together, because after it's done, when you've done it properly, you can still mess it up and it keeps shape. Now, Reese, I want you to give that a little feel for me. Rough texture, grit. Now I'm going to go through with a little bit of Cloud. It's always good to give Cloud a little bit of a shake. It is quite dramatic. I'll show you.
Wow.
That's a full press, so I'd probably suggest using smaller presses. I mean, when you pull it out and you're showing a client or you're backstage, doing a big is quite nice. But I'd go through and do smaller kind of pumps, just so it doesn't become a massive cloud.
Wow.
Should be called wowed instead of cloud.
Oh, it's cold.
You can even spray a little bit in your hands and work that into the sides. All these products that I've used today are quite matte, so it's not going to add any shine, which Reese already has quite naturally. So we're taking away from that by putting all these products in. And there you have it, a textured wreath. Watch your leg.